Welcome. I'm Corel Mel with Key Lifestyle Solutions. We're taking some time today to have the opportunity to reflect on some new energy that's coming in because of the new moon and the new moon in Scorpio. And so we're going to do a general reading. It's November 14th, 2020. We're going to do a general reading for the upcoming energetics, the energies that are here now and the energies that are coming up. So I'm just smudging all my tarot cards and myself. There's a transformational change of energy happening at the moment. And part of the theme is about self-care in regards to this energy. But I just didn't want to talk about self-care. It's way more than that. It takes your intuitive abilities, the sixth chakra, also your throat chakra, and your crown at this time to really tune in as to what you need for self. This has become very clear. And, we're in the sign of Scorpio. The new moon is in Scorpio that's showing up. This is an opportunity to create new, create success, create new goals, new dreams. All the energetics that we've been experiencing with the Mercury retrograde and Mars retrograde and Mars has gone direct as of yesterday. The energy has totally shifted, and I have so much gratitude for that at this point. I have gratitude for having the opportunity to learn some important things. And now Spirit is changing it up again. More than ever, we have to really be in the moment. And I've been saying this for a long time, but it's been a process for me to personally learn how to be in the moment with gratitude. And really seeing the information that comes through for me to know is for me to know. And there might be some things that need to be shared, but there are also maybe things that don't need to be shared. So there's that part of it too. I'm a shamanic practitioner and a Reiki master teacher, and I teach shamanism as well. It's part of my daily life. And what's become very clear is like, how can I become part of the solution and not part of the problem? And a lot of the energetics that have happened of late in regards to relationships and on so many different relationships and on different levels have shown me some really important things that I have to look inside of myself in order to move forward with this new energy that is present. And it just, wow, I feel very blessed to be able to be here at this time. So there was a couple of things besides the astrological part, which I'm not an astrologer. I love astrology and I'm learning more and more about it all the time. And for my own personal self, on my own chart, I like to be on top of that because it's a great tool, a navigation tool for me to use, and furthering my understandings and through my teachings, it's a great measure or a great gauge to really understand how flow is happening for me in my life. And so you can find all kinds of places on the internet that have birth charts that you can get a free birth chart and just find out what your sun, moon, and rising sign is. and pay close attention to those messages. So a lot of people do readings online, tarot readings, and they mix that with the astrological signs. And my love for shamanism, I also like to recognize sun bear astrology, and the dates are slightly different. Now they're slightly different. So the dates for the sun bear astrology is for this Scorpio season, October 24th to November 21st. And their birth totem is the snake. And snake is this energy of transformation. I also look at it as the Kundalini rising. Like, I also see it as healing, and on so many different levels, feminine energy, all of that. So if you look up snake, if that's your birth totem and your birthday falls in there, then learn about what snake medicine is. Learn about, there's something in there for you to learn about yourself in regards to the snake energy, which is really, really kind of fun to do. I'm a Taurus, and my birth animal is a beaver. And so we're very much about building and creating and family, and we like to have solid foundations, and being a fixed sign, that makes so much sense for me. But I also say, whenever I see my birth totem, I know big changes are coming up for me. And that's just how it's been, how I've observed that for the last 20 years. It's really quite unique. And so I'm going to be probably doing more readings around different totem animals and using the sun bear astrological traits. I mean, there's different things about that astrology that is really cool to follow as well. So it follows along lines with some of the Western astrology, of course, and the Vedic astrology, which I find so interesting how all these fit together. Back to the new moon. So this is a very interesting pivotal time before we go into the winter solstice. So right now we're still in the equinox energy, and there's some specific energies for the collective, and it may have something also, these messages may have to do with the snake energy, transformation, healing, and all that, in a general perspective. Before I start, I'm going to use the Tibetan singing bowl just to clear the energy space. Along with the smudges, it has this bowl is amazing. It was handcrafted in Nepal. And I found this in a lovely shop in Vernon, BC when I was on holiday. And it loves to play. I just want to have a clear channel. I call to all of those who love me for always and since always, the Buddhas of the diamond world and of the womb world, and ask for your presence to be here. So let's first get some cards for the collective. Just a couple of cards in relationship to this new moon. I'd like to ask Spirit if there is some special messages for us as the collective. And when I say the collective, I'm talking about the masculine, feminine energy. I'm also talking about all the beautiful healers out there and those who are adding to the vibration on this planet at this time. Oh, some cards just rolled right out right away. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. So we got the spiral 50 card. This is talking about the sacred geometry that we live in on the planet and the balance and how everything is succinctly mixed together, and how our lives also in the web of life are all mixed together. 5 by itself is all humans. And this seems to be the theme, but all humans are now evolving into this next stage. December 2020, I keep getting a message that this is an important gateway, that this is an important time as we move towards the ending of this year and moving into 2021. New beginnings, new hope, new everything. If you feel stuck in any way where you can't get out of the mud, there is something really big for you to look at. Based on your chart, your birth chart, based on maybe numerology, you might be going through this big transformational change. And the energetics that we came out of lately are in place, I guess you could say, are in place to help those things move along. However, if you weren't paying attention to those in any form, then energy is going to stay stuck and you're not going to be able to move through it. So what I could say in comparison to last week, to this week, moving into this new week, it started to feel really much better in even my whole body. I can tell when these things shift and move because my body tightens up. It's like it's bracing for something. And so now it's relaxing again. And it's like, I can take a breath. I can relax. Because the energies were quite intense. So I love the spiral. And if you think of the snake as well. So what I see in this card, I see an eye, and I can feel the snake energy, and I can feel the energy is healing because it's swirling and it's moving and it's changing. We'll read that card as well. And then before I read that card, I also want to show you this card, which is 34, many paths. This is 7 if you add the number together. 7 is sacred dream. I'm going by the Hamiostorm's Earth Count. So 7 is the sacred dream. So what I'm getting from this, I feel like there's many hands reaching, and there's many choices, but there's a sun and there's this ripple happening. I see it's very heart-based, and I see many people moving towards this new hope, So part of the question is, am I creating a solution for where we are today? Or am I perpetuating a problem? Am I being a problem? And when I say that, I'm merely stating that it's so easy to blame other people for your crap. It's so easy to blame the environment. It's so easy to blame your anger on COVID, on a partner, on a life mate, on a friend, on somebody who was trying to help you. It's very easy to do that. But there's a responsibility inside of ourselves to look at what that trigger is. Why do you feel that way? So there's something there that you've attracted, or something in your lifetimes, something in your DNA that you need to learn and let go of. There was an interesting, we did the weekly tarot reading last night, and what was there about that? There was something really interesting. I lost it. It'll come back. The spirit's speaking to me right now about these things. But so all humans in sacred dreams. So we're all dreaming towards this new hope. This is the time to put those intentions up to the heavens, to God, to spirit, to the creator, to wherever you put your belief to. That's really the important part. Wherever you put your belief. Now is the time to make those things happen in your life. Even if you don't know right now what your part is, that's okay. Keep asking and intending when you go to sleep at night. Keep asking for help with that. We have to ask. We should be continuing to ask for help in that regard. So 50, let's look at the spiral. And remember, this is in alignment with the new moon energy that we have. And we as humans have to start using this and using this and using this, because that's the next pieces that we're moving into. And the question being, how can I be of service? Like, how can I make a difference in this world? Because it's an important time that we ask that question. We need to use our intuition and our crown. And our throat chakra is not only about speaking your truth, but it's also listening. It's also about listening. And that's the part I've been working with of late. So the essence of this card is from galaxies in the sky to diminutive shells at the beach. The spiral is found extensively in the natural world. Its shape in the form of a coiled serpent has been used since ancient times as a tool for growth and transformation. So this is what's happening to us right now, is we're transforming. And this coming up week is going to help it be a little more gentle, if that's what you've chosen. So the spiral is a guide for entering deep into one's consciousness and the unknown, and then extending far out into the heavens. It is crucial to surrender to this journey until the exhausted paradigm dissolves in the depths of the psyche, and its energy is released to give birth to a new reality. And this is really where we're at before we enter to this 2020. We really have to have our ducks in a row. We have to really know that that's where we want to be and where we want to go. As a collective, as all humans, the consciousness of all humans. So the invitation is to renew yourself. You must shed your old skin. You have already done this, so do not keep scraping away at the old. So we were working really hard on these pieces the last month and a half. But welcome the soft new skin that is starting to grow, and that's the new moon energy. Break the habit of working on your faults all the time and let nature take its course. And so you should be taking some time for you. And I'm going to use the word self-care, and people often don't know how to take that word, or you are hearing it a lot, but it means to be honoring yourself, like your energy, what you know, what you sense, what you feel. You need to honor that. Break the habit of working on your faults all the time and let nature take its course. Right. Know that a new skin feels vulnerable and scary at times. It so does. If you've let a big part of what you're used to, what your ego is used to identifying you with, you're going to feel very vulnerable and very naked. And it feels scary. But guess what? You're going to come out on the other side way better. Trust the medicine of the spiral as it guides your journey of renewal. So please look at the new moon energy especially tomorrow. Maybe you need to go connect with nature or something. And I know it's a difficult time right now with all these new restrictions in our world, but please take time for you. Find your tribe, find your community. Call a friend, have a coffee with a friend online if you can't get together. Reach out. I also am available for people to reach out to, especially in our community. And anyone who needs just a little ray of hope. That's what we do in our community. We offer support. We send Reiki and love and heart healing prayers to those who are in need. That's what we do in our community. So the medicine for this card is the spiral announces a descent to the depths and a rebirth. Allow nothing to get in the way of this process, as the time is right and the forces of nature are supporting you in this endeavor. Using stones, twigs, or yarn, build a spiral on the ground that is large enough to walk through with at least 3 turns. Enter the spiral slowly. Once in the center, offer to the earth the feelings or situations that you no longer want in your life. So there's a little ceremony, new moon ceremony for you to do. And as you walk back, the way you entered, feel recharged for your new journey. So that's just a little something you can do. And just to mention, I didn't mention this before I started reading from this deck, but it's The Mystical Shaman Oracle by Alberto Villoldo, Colette Baron-Reid, and Marcelo Lobos. Love these cards. They're so beautiful. So I'm very grateful that Spirit put this card out here, because this is the energetic that we're in right now. This beautiful snake serpent energy. Feel it in your life force. Feel it when you walk on the earth is another, probably a good thing to do. The next card is the many paths. And so we could choose many different paths. Like, which one is the best for you? There isn't a wrong answer. You're going to learn what you're going to learn. Just jump in and start doing it is the biggest thing that I could share about that. Okay. Let's look at this card. The essence, all paths lead to spirit. What you bring to your journey is what will determine if yours is a path of suffering, a path of wisdom, a path of bliss, or a path of loss. So we can choose what we want that to be. We're in control of that. We have our own self-responsibility for that. Consider the traveler who met 2 stone masons. He asked one what he is doing, and the mason replies, I am squaring out this stone. He asks the other who is doing the exact same thing and gets the reply, I'm building a cathedral. And one man has a job, the other man has found his work and calling. He is part of an endeavor much greater than himself. Be sure you pick a path with heart. Be sure it makes you want to get up in the morning and have that yummy feeling for yourself. The invitation, your call now is to take a big, bold step and leave the beaten path. That's what we're being asked to do. And we, as our group in our community and our Universal Foundation for Holistic Design community, this is our calling. We've stepped onto that path. Heaven and earth are conspiring on your behalf to support you in this move. Do not dally, lest you miss the moment. It's time to sail into the uncharted. Be sure you attend to both your path through this earth, as well as your journey through the stars. The medicine for this, you have outgrown your current situation and risk losing your way in your own backyard. So it's time to grow. You are being called to step out of your comfort zone. Respond now while the call is still a gentle whisper. Even though the woods look thick and impenetrable. Venture in and let nature guide your steps through the dark until you reach your destination. Remember, if you do not know where you are going, any path will take you there. So the message is just get started. Just get started. If you don't like what you're feeling, you don't like what you're seeing, then make the change to decide to be part of the solution. That's really all that's being asked. Pick the path that is going to fill your heart with joy. If you feel an angst, there's something there that needs to heal. That's all. Just give yourself space and time to do that. Before I close, I'm just getting a little bit of a message to pull this. This is kind of cool because Reiki and shamanism work so beautifully together. And I practice Reiki. Yes, it's a big part of my life, but shamanism is also a big part of my life. And so in my teachings, we use the Buddhas shamanically in a way, but it flows with Reiki, with that love energy. So this is the Buddha Wisdom Shakti Power deck. And they're wisdom cards, so they're like oracle cards. It's by Laura Santi. I'm just going to ask Spirit for a card to, it's got a Spirit for just a final message for what could we ask from the Buddhas, perhaps, the different Buddhas or the Reiki masters, to help us with this transformational energy. What else can we do to help this transformation, Spirit? Yeah. Shuffle them a little bit here. There we go. Nice. I love this. Okay. The Javaraha, I think I said that right. Creation, fusion mandala, bliss swirls of delight. Focus on beauty and manifest harmony. So focus on your beauty, your own personal beauty. Everybody has beauty. They're asking us to focus on the inside of our personal beauty. Manifest harmony through that beauty that you have. Honor that. That's part of the self-care. The self-care is honoring your own inner beauty. Oh, I love it. And it's a 40 card. It's a 4. Very matches up with the 20 count. 4 is all animals, and the 4-leggeds teach us humans balance. They teach us about balance. I love that. What does this talk about? So Jajavari symbolizes the energy of life itself, prana or kundalini. So then again, that's about the snake, the serpent. These are the names of the vital force energy in the cultures that revere her. The symbol we know as the swatika was originally Savaska in Sanskrit, is being used in many cultures to symbolize this vital energy much earlier than when it was adopted by an army bent on destruction. Hitler's version was drawn in reverse. Yes. Interesting that this card is here because Remembrance Day was very important to me this year. We actually did a little bit of a ceremony ourselves in our community together, and just expressing our gratitude and for freedom, our gratitude for freedom. So perhaps subconsciously, so I'll just say this, Hitler's version was drawn in reverse. Perhaps subconsciously there was a wish for a death on many levels in that regime. Vajrayahi's body posture has arms and legs bent to mimic the Sazika form. This depicts the energy flow as it brings life to the human subtle energy body, up the right side and down the left. Up the right, down the left, which is interesting because masculine energy is on the right, flows out and then up and off, but this is the opposite. Vajrayahi is the outer form of the secret inner form of Kali or Trauma Nagmo. She is one of the main deities of the Chod pacification of suffering practice, which in itself is older than any currently living religion. The practice was adopted by the Buddhists, and so her practice is still alive today after thousands of years. This mandala is another geometric representation of Vajrayahi's energetic state. In general, mandalas are about the harmony of energy as it swirls around the central point, representing the god or goddess that manifests it. You see them in every culture. They are universally popular expressions of the wish to draw and create beauty. Here, the downward triangle is the female energy intersecting with the upward male energy triangle. Let me just show that again. 4 bliss swirls represent the creation fusion that comes from female-male union. Vajrayahi is all about life and regeneration. She helps practitioners connect to the wish to grow and help others during difficult spiritual era. And that would just mean spiritual era of awakening and becoming awakened. It's not an easy thing. It's not an easy journey. It takes a lot of courage to be on that journey. So, from my heart to your heart, my prayers are going out to all of those practitioners, light workers, healers, those who are on this road of evolution, of coming up with a solution of where we move forward in the new year. Take this time for you. Take this time and transform out what isn't working. Create the new. Do the ceremony with the spiral and enjoy the new energetics that are coming our way. I hope you enjoyed our video today and the energies that are coming forward. Anybody could watch this probably at any time and get a message or two. So it's a timeless video. So please share, like, subscribe, comments. I love comments. Share it with your friends. Share it with light workers. Share it with people you love. And we'll be back next week with some new insights, with new energetics that are coming our way. Have a super day. God bless. Namaste.